Welcome back to the channel for the Racing Review, Episode 8. Let's get into it, as there's a couple of nice horses that went around during the week that I think are going to progress onto nice races. But let's get into the review and see who is in it. The first extreme best performance of the weekend is Extremely Lucky. This horse made an absolute mess of them in the Lightning Stakes, and the trainers have already talked this horse up as being a Group 1 horse, and I don't blame them. It was absolutely dominant of what this horse did on Saturday, and I think he can go right to the top, just did it effortlessly with no jockey, barely had to whip it. It was a very good run, very good ride, and bolted it on Saturday. Future Group 1 horse in the making. The second extreme best performance of the weekend has to go to Crosstalk. This horse has just relished the heavy conditions in Randwick and Rosehill, or in that matter, Sydney, over the autumn and winter racing. And this horse is a dominant wet tracker, and he's now a stakes winner, and did it easily under John Overmere. And he can go right to the top. I'm not saying he's going to be a Group 1 horse, but definitely Group 2, Group 3, I think he can reach that mark. And look, as far as you can tell, sky's the limit with this horse. He's just going so well. He's winning. And while he's winning, keep him going. He's doing really well. The third and final extreme best performance of the weekend is Wicklow, the import that had his third start in Australia, when he was first up, he won impressively. Second up was a bit down. The track was probably too heavy for him that day. On an improving service, that got the best out of this horse, and so did Hugh Bowman. It was an absolute dominant display. And look, this horse is going places, and you can see why he was a favourite, because he duly bolted it and gave him an absolute toweling at Rosehill on Saturday. The first best performance of the weekend goes to Alpha One, Frosty Lane's first ride, or one of his first rides back from his holiday, from his break. And this horse just went straight to the front, never looked like losing, gave a kick on the turn, Moonee Valley typical, favouring leaders, and kicked away and won. It was a very good ride, very good win, and this horse will be next race in the Vane Stakes, and is a live chance. And I think if they have got the same tactics, going to the front could be hard to beat in that stakes race. The second best performance of the weekend has to go to Wilchino. Was favourite, not as dominant as I thought she was going to be over in WA on the weekend, but look, she gave her followers and her backers no worries at all. Jumped cleanly, went to the front, or set out from the pace actually, and Julie bolted away from them and won like a very good horse, which she is, and she'll be winning plenty of races this racing season, especially coming into the spring. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. The third best performance of the weekend is another Belmont runner from WA, and it goes to Black Fantasy. Now, this horse, what form he has been in since Lucy Warwick jumped aboard. He's just been winning out of sight and giving him a good toweling each time, and that was no exception on Saturday. Just run him into their legs and keep him over 2,000 metres, or maybe slightly further, and he'll win plenty of races. The first best maiden performance of the week was Keitel, although that actually ran today on the Ballarat synthetic. Pakenham. The Pakenham synthetic. And it was a very strong win. Paddy Maloney, I think, gave it 1 or 2 from the behind. And it absolutely bolted in. Once he gave us the rein and a couple of sticks behind, extended well, blew the field away. And for a debutante, very, very strong, very impressive. And Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. have a good horse on their hands here. The second best maiden performance of the week is going to Typhoon Titmus, that also did run today and was also ridden by Paddy Maloney, but didn't show an explosive turn of foot like the other horse did. just was a grinding horse. But once again, when Paddy Maloney said go, there was an instant response and just blew the field away. And now he's being aimed at the Quezette next weekend and is a very, very live chance. And I think is going to win it. I think it's going to be very, very competitive in the Quezette. Got to take it up to the level of the horses they're going to be racing, though. He's going to be fit, run under his belt, improvement to come. Look out for him in the Quezette. The unluckiest runner of the weekend was Chief L. Tony. Yes, he was a back marker, and a lot of people expecting him to just win, but it just was so wide on the turn. Craig Williams shot up the inside on Lakeen, and considering how close Chief L. Tony got to Lakeen in the end, very good run. Just not convinced the Valley is his right track. I think he needs a big track like Caulfield, Flemington, but he'll be winning a race soon. And he is definitely the unluckiest runner of the weekend. And finally, the horse to follow the weekend goes to Sir Lemur. Take Frumos out of the race. He ran second in a couple of weeks back, and he would have bolted in. That's exactly what he did on Saturday. Gave nothing else a chance, and Julie bolted in under Hugh Bowman. Very, very strong winner. And look, he was going very well up until that point, but he just ran into a very smart one in Frumos. But he bounced back, got into the winner's circle, and can go on with and can win again. Thank you for watching the review for episode 8 of the Racing Review, and I'll see you for the preview of Group 3 of the Group 3 Ori Star.